Hey everybody, we made it to episode 3 of Nobunaga's side quest. I am actually a little surprised that I'm being this consistent with the content, but I'm actually enjoying it. So today I'm going to be talking about some more whiskey, of course. It's a little exciting to be actually drinking this. It's nothing that I've tried before. Once again, I'm going to keep trying to keep that thing or as a thing, so it's like my first time trying it with everybody else watching. Today's bourbon whiskey is going to be Heaven's Door. It's a Tennessee whiskey, and as always, I am going to give you a little bit of knowledge about it. So, with this Heaven's Door, it's won a few gold medals in some spirit competitions. It is distilled and aged in Tennessee for a minimum of 6 years in American New Oak barrels. The smell for this would be baked bread, dried fruit, buttered popcorn with a smooth, lasting finish of caramel, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The tasting palette would be honey, light maple, pumpernickel, white peppercorn, baking spices. Vanilla layered over a bed of toasted oak, caramel, and cinnamon, and nutmeg. The coolest thing about this bottle, actually, that made me buy it and what made me interested in the first place, is that it was inspired by Bob Dylan. For those of you who don't know who Bob Dylan is or was, well, I guess he's still active at this point, but he's a very, very famous songwriter. He's worked with many famous dead and alive celebrities or musicians. I guess with this stuff, with the Heaven's Door, one of his most famous songs is called Knocking on Heaven's Door, along with like Hurricane and Like a Rolling Stone. He is an artist as well. He draws as well, and they use a lot of his artwork on different bottles of the Heaven's Door line. So I think that's pretty cool, and I guess it's time to try this thing out. So, as always, have the signature whiskey glass. Let's get the ice to come out. What the hell? What's going on? Oh. I don't know. It doesn't really smell. It doesn't smell like what they said it was, but it still smells good. So let's leave that there. Well, here we go. Oh man. That's really good. I'm just happy I'm able to try all these really good whiskeys and not be like, yo, this is some shit, and then have to give it a low rating on the Sakuna scale. But speaking of the Sakuna scale, this is going to be, damn it, I'd probably rate that up there with that Uncle Nearest that I had on the last episode. So probably somewhere, like I said, in the 15, probably 14, 15 Sakuna finger range. The taste is pretty good. I can tell it's pretty rich for the most part. And I mean, I've got some other shit on the side right here. I wanted to create a collection of American whiskeys that in their own way tell a story. And that's quoted from Bob Dylan himself. Guess you guys should check out his music. I'm sure you've heard his music, everybody who's watching, whether or not you realized it was him. So, man, as far as the manga goes, today I'm going to be talking about a manga that is pretty damn cool. I think it's getting an anime adaptation pretty soon. So it might be a spoiler for you guys, but who gives a damn because it's not animated yet. So screw you guys, you're gonna cry about spoilers. None other than Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is based on it's I guess primarily about assassins, but it has a really good comedy like twist to it, and it's the main character. He was a legendary assassin at one point in time, but now he's retired because he's become a family man, and there are little things here and there that kind of it's trying to bring him back into the world of assassins, but he's really trying to avoid it. But for the most part, he has no choice. And then there's just, like I said, multiple scenarios that force him to kind of revert back to his old ways. He's like fat and washed up, and he's like, I think the lady said it was like he became like 30. He was 30% as strong as he was when he was in his prime. And it's seemingly he's trying to regain, well, he's being forced to regain his natural ability that he had while trying to still be a family man. He would like to be a family man, but hey, you got these assassins that put a bounty on his head, and a lot of people are trying to kill him. But even at 30%, this dude Sakamoto is he's just ridiculously good at what he does. And I mean, granted, there's other characters in this manga that are really skilled as well, but he's like some world-renowned type of assassin type of guy, and I don't know, he just always finds a way to come out on top. But the comedy aspect is what makes it really good. It kind of separates it from just, I guess, that realm of type of storyline. So it's put together really well, and the other like side characters are pretty cool. They have some pretty nice abilities. Like the other main, his other main like protege, if that's what you want to call him, his name is Shin. He is called Shin the Clairvoyant, where he can read people's minds, and later on he kind of ups that ability to where he can see the future. So when he's fighting people, he can see like steps ahead. You can read your mind when you're doing certain things. Then you got other people like this other girl who's a former triad, but she's decided to follow Sakamoto, and she gets stronger the more she drinks. So overall, I would definitely say to read it. It's about 153 chapters in and ongoing. It's going to be good animated. I can see a lot of people watching this once it becomes animated. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been waiting for it. And yeah, that's about it for Sakamoto Days. I guess to extend on another topic too, because I'm here talking about manga, but I've never really explained, I guess, how I got into manga, how long I've been reading. And I just so happened the other day, cleaning some stuff out of the basement, came across some of my old, get this out of the way, some of my old manga that I've collected, and it's these old Shonen Jump magazines that I used to get from Blockbuster. What the hell? I don't know if anybody remembers these, but these are dated back to 2003. So I've been collecting manga for at least that long. These would come out monthly at Blockbuster. I'd have my dad drive me up there while I was going to get probably a VHS or a CD at the time, and some games, and hopefully they had the monthly release of the Shonen Jump, and it's a collection of a bunch of manga that was out at the time, and that was the only way that I knew to read manga. So this is a big cornerstone for me in the manga game, and I'm not sure if everybody does remember these things, but it was a struggle back then, especially with there not being that much source context on the internet. It was those were some rough times. So a lot of you people that are new to this, you have these apps, you have websites, you have all these stores now that are filling up with manga everywhere, so it's super accessible. But these were definitely the struggle days, and I mean, it was just great, from Shaman King to whatever. Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, of course, yeah, and whatever. But one of the first mangas that I really got into, and probably what kept me going. Well, I actually saw the anime first, but it's Berserk. I'm not going to talk about Berserk because I think I'm going to save that for another episode. And another pillar, Ed and Edwin, he asked me multiple occasions to talk about Berserk. I guess he wants to know the greatness of that super, super legendary, I mean, just leagues ahead of everything else. That manga just, man, I just can't put the words together on how legendary that manga is. I resonate so much with that. I've watched the anime over through and through so many times, and I never get sick of it. The manga is just, like I said, it's legendary and amazing. But just getting into Berserk is what kind of was the gateway to a lot of these other things. And then that's when I experienced like the Naruto. I remember seeing One Piece and things of that. You know, like everybody obviously saw like the DBZ or the Pokemon stuff at that time. But just to step outside of that mainstream stuff, because Berserk was not mainstream at the time. Just seeing something like that and then getting into it kind of just shaped who I am as an individual. And going into Blockbuster and seeing that they had that, that was, like I said, my only means of getting any of that content. And anything else was just the anime that they would kind of, I guess, refill from time to time. It wasn't really a huge selection, so you kind of just take what you can get. Even if you knew it was shitty, at least it was anime. And I guess, like I said, with that Shonen Jump magazine, it is what it is. But that was just a little bit of insight onto my, I guess, introduction to manga. I also got like other things from like some of my friends, fellow pillars. I mean, we obviously all grew up together since elementary school, and it was just a lot of guys just trying to get their hands on material at that point in time, knowing that it was very difficult. So, like I said, we took what we could get, and yeah, it's been a long time. A lot of material that I've went through, and this is why I kind of started the channel in the first place, because I've always wanted to talk about manga. It's a part of who I am, and it's still something that I'm into almost every day. I'm reading a chapter of something, or trying to catch up on a weekly, or just trying to find something new, since it's seemingly thousands of different types of manga out there. And there's new ones being made every single day, some very long lasting ones. And like I said, some have just made such an impact on society and the anime culture as a whole. Man. So yeah, back to what I was talking about, Sakamoto Days. Definitely give it a try. Give The Heaven's Door a try. You will not be disappointed. Maybe you should listen to some Bob Dylan while you're drinking this stuff. You probably get real emotional or something like that. So that's why I don't do it. But the artwork is something to appreciate as well. I'll try to get the glare out. Shit. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, definitely give this stuff a try. I appreciate. I'm gonna look for other bottles, I guess, at some point for all the different artwork. I think it'd be cool to have a part in the collection. So, with that being said, that's my third episode. As I always say, drink responsibly. And Scamby, real quick. Compare this to somebody, I would say, for the Bleach watchers or Bleach fans, what's that dude's name? Kyoraku, the captain. He seemed to be a heavy drinker too, so I think this would be befitting of this man right here. And yeah, that's the third episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice day. See ya. Peace.